Robert, you can see when you take this club back and your lead arm is parallel to the ground, the shaft is looking at your shoes. Okay, that is a better way to air. However, you can have the shaft a little bit too steep. Whereas most golfers have the shaft too shallow, I would say that you have the shaft a little bit too steep. And the one thing that I will say, the reason why it's a better way to air with the shaft a little bit steeper is because the shaft's momentum in transition wants to fall back and shallow down onto the original plane. But what tends to happen is you will then drop the club underneath of the plane. Okay, then you kind of have to throw this trail arm, trail hand and start to stand up and out of your posture. And you do a pretty good job of timing that thing up and controlling that club face through. So if I were to have you optimize what you're doing, I would first have you aim your club face at your intended target and then your feet, knees, hips, shoulders, and body parallel to your target line. Okay, from there, instead of having the shaft as steep as you have it in your backswing, I would rather you put an alignment stick down the club shaft and point the shaft back at the golf ball or slightly inside of the golf ball. That is going to help you get the shaft a little bit more on plane at the top of your swing instead of across the line. And then from there, when you do shallow down and you beeline your hands down to the ball, you aren't going to come down and drop the club as underneath of the plane. It'll be easier for you to get it back onto the plane and release the club down the plane and rotate around the arc.